This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined by Jamel Herring here in New York. Jamel, as always, it's a pleasure. How are you?
Pleasure, man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm always good. You know me, man. By now, we done did this about 1,000 times. I'm always good at the mic. Listen, I take over every show, but I'm good, man. I'm good.
It's good to hear. Now, I haven't seen Jen about. Is Jen with you?
Oh no, she stayed back. It's just me. Like I said, my partner JC will more likely be here this weekend. So for us to handle business from First to Fight and our other fighters, and to look actually to talk over my next fight. So it's gonna be a busy weekend, but a lot of business first to get done.
Talk to me about talk of your next fight. Then, is there anything you can let me in on as of yet?
I'm hearing two names. I'm hearing another world champion at 130 and another former world champion maybe at 35. So there's a lot going on. But like I said, my guy JC said, at the end of the day, we could say we're going for 2 times, whether it's 2-time world champion or 2 divisional world champions. Definitely 2-time.
I mean, you mentioned potential for 2 divisional world champion. A lot of people talk about your size at 130. You're a big guy at that weight. Is it difficult at this point?
It's not difficult. Actually, to the point where like I said, I'm speaking with my team now. If I move up, I actually will put on a little bit more size, even going back up in weight. So it's like, because right now it's not an issue making 130. I mean, you can see me right now. I don't look like I put on a lot of weight in between my fights. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm big for the weight class, but at the same time, I'm very dedicated to my craft. I don't take any shortcuts. I have a nutritionist, and more importantly, I'm disciplined.
Jamel, with this coming weekend, obviously, just touch on the main event, Vasyl Lomachenko, Richard Commey. Right. You mentioned potentially moving up, so you never know. One day yourself and Vasyl or Richard could end up sharing a ring. So what do you make of the headline fights?
I mean, there's a lot of good fights. And I mean, just about a few years ago, you wouldn't even think I'll be headlining, let alone be in big fights today. So anything is possible. I don't count anything out. You know what I mean? If the name comes across the table, my team will look it over and we'll just go from there. But it's just great to be mentioned with other great fighters out there as well. So I'm honored just to be in that mix.
What do you make of Loma-Commey on Saturday? It's
gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one because, like I said, Commey, he's still dangerous. The guy can hit. Lomachenko is not known for being a natural lightweight, but as we've seen as of lately, he's kind of growing into the weight. He's kind of putting a little bit more size. So, and he always has that, his ring IQ is just unbelievable. So it's going to be a good one. I mean, the whole card, in my opinion, is a really good, solid card.
I've seen Bob suggest one day he'd like to make Shakur versus Loma. Obviously, Shakur, your past opponent. Your thoughts?
I mean, I would like to see it. You know what I mean? I've been in there with Shakur. Like, the guy is just as crafty as anybody I know. Like, he's not. Like like I said, I trained really hard for that fight, but he just kept upping the pace and level. So I believe that he can hang with guys like, Lomachenko, whoever they put in front of him. So I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Just over a couple of weeks ago, we saw a huge shock as well from another top-ranked fighter, Teofimo Lopez, losing to George Kambosos Jr. Just to go back to that, Jamel, what did you make of Kambosos' win?
Hey, shout out to Kambosos. He did what he had to do. Like I said, he did what he said he was going to do, and he went out there and put on the best performance of his career. Teofimo, that's my guy. I hope he bounces back. Shout out to my good friend Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella has, he's one of the hardest working men in boxing, and I feel like he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. But Lou DiBella has grinded with his fighters in and out. He has one of my fighters, Micaiah Krebs. Shout out to Micaiah from upstate New York.
What advice?
My guy, Vasyl Lopez. Can't forget about my man, Vasyl. Yeah, he got my man, Vasyl Lopez. So Lou DiBella has actually a really good stable in his own right. And, George, he got George, and George is the king of the mountain right now.
Jamel, what advice would you give to Teofimo on the back of a loss? Defeat can affect people in different ways. And for somebody so young who was always in the media, always in the spotlight, nobody really knows how it could affect him. What advice would you give him?
I would just tell Teo, just to, stay strong mentally. I know we never want to lose. That's just anyone out there. We don't want to lose, but at the same time, carry yourself as if you still have the titles, and that's being a champion, not only in the ring but out of the ring. And just like I said, just dust yourself off. Regroup, go back to the drawing board. And get what you feel like you deserve, because he's still young. He's still young and he has time on his side. And I would just tell him just to keep pushing forward and just staying positive. You don't have to hold any bad blood or be negative about things. Just stay strong and do what you got to do.
With Kambosos, who would you like to see him face next? He seems to be that Devin Haney's the man who people keep talking about. Obviously, we've seen Eddie Hearn very vocal about that, but a lot of people would like to see the tank fight as well. If it's up to you, who would you like to see George Kambosos fight?
I would like to see Kambosos either fight the winner of the main event for this weekend, of course, Gervonta Davis. But you know sometimes how the business can be on that end at times. But I think Kambosos with any of those guys, Haney, Tank. The winner of this weekend will be good fights, but right now, like he can basically pick and choose what he wants to do, unless they get the force the mandatory position. George right now, he has the lightweight division in the palm of his hands.
Jamel, if you was in that position, you had the choice to face one fighter, either at 130 or 135. Who would you face? I'm
facing the one that brings the biggest purse and the best prestige. Like if I had the choice to fight just in the world championship level at 135, I'm going for the lineal world champion. That's just me. Like when I had the title at 130, I wanted to fight Valdez because he was the number one guy in the way, and I wanted to become the lineal champion. So I'm going at not only the biggest payday, but the fight that brings me the most recognition and prestige at the end of the day. Because it's all about legacy too.
Right, Jamel, we'll leave that there now. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate your time as always. Final word to yourself. What would you like to say to everyone who's going to tune in?
I just want to say, thank you for everyone who's always supported me. I will be back. I'm actually hearing in April 2022's time frame, April, March. So I will be back soon after the holidays, and I can't wait. I got the fire. I still have that fire and that motivation.
Are you going to be dieting over Christmas?
No, definitely not. I'm gonna enjoy. Listen. Christina sitting over here. She can tell I don't miss so many holidays just from training camps. Let me just enjoy. I enjoy Thanksgiving. I'm enjoying my Christmas vacation.
All right, Jamel, have a good Christmas if I don't catch you before. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Jamel.